Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
Hi, this is Devin Grayson, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Diggity dank.
Hello and welcome back to another week of the Nightwing news. Lots more Batman and Robin. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, it is.
Hello, I'm Kristen.
And that's right. Today we'll be talking Batman and Robin 2021 and 22. And my spoilers, big improvement from last week.
Heck yeah.
This is how you do a mystery.
This is how you do many things.
That's right. All right, so I think because of last month, because of us recording ahead and stuff, it just seems like a longer wait now. But I'm just like, man, we gotta wait till I think it's the 18th, July 18th for Night Terror's Nightwing #1. So I'm just like, man, we gotta wait.
So is it Titans that's coming out first? Because aren't they not the same week this month?
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I think Nightwing's the 18th, and then I think Titans is the week after on the 25th.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so they're not till like the end of the month. Yeah, second, like the third and fourth week of the month. So.
I wonder if that's how it's always gonna be, or if things are just off because it's night.
It might be Night Terrors just because everybody is pretty much 99% of the books are doing Night Terrors, so they're just like they're lining up a certain way or something. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, so be a few more weeks for those kids.
Absolutely.
I think this week, I mean, I'll let you know, but I think Batman, Night Terror's Batman is coming out, so unless there's any Robins in that.
Yeah, it does. I only know that because my comic book shop emails me. And the only one that I get that's coming out this week is Batman 136.1. That's it. That's the only one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, well, I mean, Batgirls and Tim, although Tim was always coming out at the end of the month, but they're done now.
Yeah.
And I don't get the like Brave and the Bold. So, I mean, let's see. I guess. See, I'm gonna be well, it's like my dad. I'm gonna be down to Batman, Detective, Nightwing, Titans, World's Finest. That might be it. I mean, in World's Finest, Teen Titans, but
yeah, unless we.
Oh yeah, sometimes I get the Batman Adventures Discontinue or whatever. But those are always like miniseries. Also, sometimes I'm getting annoyed with those because they don't have enough Nightwing in them.
Yeah, because I remember the last one he wasn't in them. It was basically just like a little bit of Tim. It was basically a lot of Bruce, Talia, and Roz. So.
Right. Well, and is it this one or was it the one before that it was about the Court of Owls? So I was like, oh. And then he was barely in it.
Yeah, there was one about the Court of Owls, but yeah.
I was annoyed, obviously.
I mean, I don't know if it's because it's based on the animated series, but you really only get like every like story arc is only like one issue or like 2 issues, so it's not, they don't do like big arcs. So
right, but it's still annoying.
I know they should just do a whole animated Nightwing series. Well, a comic series and an animated series.
Probably keep dreaming on that one, Phil.
I know. Well, at least our national nightmare is over and the Gotham Knights TV show is gone.
Yes. And a lesser nightmare, but now they've stopped Titans as well.
I know.
That, like people have said, it had potential. The casting was good. The writing was bad.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes in like the beginning of a season, you like hold out some hope, and then all of a sudden, just like towards the end, they veer off in a different direction. Like, all of a sudden, Dick's gonna get himself thrown in prison. Okay.
Right, yeah. The characters seem to often do things that did not make sense.
Exactly.
Like, very much didn't make sense for their characters, but also didn't make sense, period.
And it's like it seems like a lot of like the more recent Batman things, like either Batman in movies or every so often when he shows up in TV, which isn't a lot, but it's like like some of the modern stuff. I hope the next Batman they come. Well, I know with what's his face they didn't with the Batman movie, but some of the current Batman stuff. It's like they want to make Bruce Wayne so much older than everybody else. I'm like, I don't know why.
Oh, you mean with like Justice League and stuff?
Like Justice League and even Titans. I mean, how much older was Bruce than Dick?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they just.
But Dick, well, I mean the dude who played Dick was not that much younger than me.
I know, but maybe just to me, Bruce Wayne looked really old in Titans.
Yeah, he did. Well, it's funny because they're kind of going. I mean, it seems like they've tried to keep him so youthful that it's like Dick was aging and he was. I don't know. I don't mind so much when they make Bruce grow up because I'm like I'm already suspending my disbelief. So you might as well have the dude.
Oh yeah.
Be old.
Well, at least with at least with the Robert Pattinson Batman, he wasn't that old, so.
No, yeah, he was super young.
I mean, I think anymore. I think they've discovered they want to like when these people first take over the roles, they want to keep them kind of young, so that hopefully they'll stay like 10 years or more for keep a franchise going.
That I just don't understand. I mean, I guess at least with the Batman, we didn't, which is nice. That we didn't have to go through a like Batman Begins kind of thing. Like we didn't have to see his parents die. We didn't have to. It's like you guys know. It's so funny how they do that now because one of the things that always cracked me up about the 66 series, because I love it and I've watched it multiple times, is there's no explanation whatsoever. Like the very first episode, before he starts Batmaning, Bruce is meeting with some people and he makes some sort of comment.
It's one line. Yeah, that's it.
They're talking about his anti-crime initiative and he's like, if we'd had these, maybe my parents wouldn't have been gunned down or whatever. Like that's it, one line. And like they never talk about why Dick lives with him. It's never like, hey, why do you live with this dude, Bruce Wayne, and be Robin? It's just like, oh, that's his youthful war. They're like, if you're watching this, surely you know, or you're 3 years old and you don't care.
Yeah, it's like, or why is he living with this man? One, he seems to have a blood relative still alive, Aunt Harriet.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Bruce is just such a cool dude. He was like, yeah, bring your aunt too. Let's go.
That's that was that show. They really didn't care. I mean, yeah, at least Bruce got one line to say, oh yeah, my parents were killed by crime. It's like, Dick, you don't know Dick's origin. Yeah, again, you don't know Dick's origin. Why is he living with Bruce or any of it?
Right. No, yeah. Like, who is this kid?
Oh, all right.
Yeah. But I always admired that about the 60s series. They're like, whatever, you know. And if you don't, you probably don't care.
Nah, they were just they wanted to pull people in. Again, the Batman 66 TV show and the original Star Trek series, like those sold so many color televisions. You know, they made them so super bright because they sold so many the new color televisions.
Good times. I was out to dinner and I saw Burt Ward Robin on the screen and I was like, what? And then it was a commercial for his dog food.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Was it him now or was it a clip of him as Robin?
So it was a clip of him as Robin that then transitioned into him now,
Oh,
and
really?
pictures of his dogs and stuff. Yeah, that's what he does now. He makes dog food for really big dogs.
I did hear that. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there you. I wonder if I can get that interview.
We'd probably have to pay money for that, and we don't have that kind of cash.
Either that, or they're like, here, come on and promote your dog food.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. Some of those people are nice, but well, I don't know.
Tell him my brother has a Great Dane noodle and see if and I'll be like, is that the kind of dog that should eat your food? Because it's for big dogs. It's not like for Chihuahuas.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Chihuahuas could eat. I don't know.
Ask him if he has a dog named Ace.
Yeah, I don't know what his dog's name is actually.
All right. Should we get to these issues?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So, I have synopses again. Okay. All right. So, part 1 is from Batman and Robin, number 20 from April 2011. Dark Knight vs. White Knight, Tree of Blood, part 1. Writer Peter Tomasi, penciler Patrick Leeson, inker Mick Gray, colorist Alex Sinclair, letterer Pat Brousseau, and editor Mike Martz. Dick, Damian, Bruce, Tim, and Alfred spend an evening watching The Mark of Zorro. Boy, and I don't have to ask Kristen what her favorite part of this whole thing was.
You can stop right there.
I read the first couple pages. I'm like, oh, this is going to be your favorite part.
Well, when I opened it up, I was like, oh, it's this issue.
Batman and oh, wait. Okay. This is they're going to talk about them going out. But no, I do, I do like, they're actually watching The Mark of Zorro, and Dick was like, are you sure you're all right with this, Bruce? He's like, yeah. He's like, before Joe Chill showed up, he's like, that was like one of the greatest days of my life, Yeah. Batman and Robin then go on a patrol before Dick leaves to attend the production of Das Rheingold. He has just greeted Lucius Fox and Betty Tigoris when a dead man dressed like an angel falls from the sky. Commissioner Gordon goes over the man's autopsy with Batman and Robin when Robin dismissively refers to the deceased as Potato Head. Gordon warns him that if he ever speaks that way of a victim again, it will be the last time he's allowed to tag along. They struggle to learn the man's identity because his face, fingerprints, and toe prints have been destroyed. And when Batman and Robin investigate the site where he fell from, all they find is an apparent suicide note. They are nearly hit by an out-of-control man-bat who begs them to save them from the light and says, "My children are screaming." Batman tries to talk sense into Kirk as they fly through the city. He attempts to discover what Kirk means as they're interrupted when they're attacked by ghostly white man-bats. Oh, yes. Here's a note. Bruce Wayne says the whole family are watching The Mark of Zorro, but neither his daughter Cassandra nor his son Jason aren't present. Cassandra is presumably in Hong Kong, while Jason has been imprisoned in Arkham Asylum since Batman and Robin 6.
Yeah. I think as much as people forget, and I'm like, Dick was adopted in that one. I think if people really forget that Cassandra was adopted at the end of her 2008, was it? It was like a mini series where she was adopted, wasn't it? Like, wasn't in her main book?
It might have been, or like after her ongoing, like years later, there was a mini. I can't remember the mini series. I know you're right. It did happen. I can't remember when.
Yeah, I think it was in the mini series. I think it wasn't in her ongoing. I want to say it was in like 2008. It was really it was kind of late.
I think there was a mini series around 2008 or so. Yeah, so that's probably was when it was.
Really forget about that.
Yeah. And again, and Jason, I mean, really, he really wasn't interacting with the family in a positive way until New 52 started, at least. So would still be a couple months, At this point, they're just like, come home. No.
Yeah.
I got duffel bags to fill.
It's been a while since he did the duffel bags.
I know. That was his big comeback. So anything else strike you about this issue besides the family time in the beginning?
So I feel like Bruce is drawn weirdly in when they're all sitting there to watch the Mark of Zorro. He looks like a weird lump, and like he blends into the chair. It's like he's just a head. I feel like they should have given him a shirt a different color or done something because it almost looks like he doesn't have a chest, a body. It's like legs and a head sticking up.
Yeah, I think it's the art, just the art in this. But I thought you were gonna say maybe it was his face because sometimes, I think sometimes some artists go out of their way to show a difference between like Bruce and Dick, especially when they're both like taller than if there's Tim or any Damian in the room. So
yeah.
I think that was funny. It was like they're sitting down getting ready to watch the movie and Dick and Tim are just going on. It's like, oh, did you adjust the settings on the TV? And Damian's just sitting there sulking, and Bruce is like, give it a chance. He's like, there's no CGI and there's like sword fighting. He's like, give it a chance.
Also, I liked the production of Das Rheingold. Will I Like It? Did you enjoy Bugs Bunny and What's Up, Doc? Yep. Then I assume you will enjoy this tremendously. That Bugs Bunny, he really introduces us to culture.
Oh yeah.
I have never seen Das Rheingold though, because it is part of Wagner's The Ring Cycle, and that means it's like 4 hours.
Oh,
his ring cycles are super long.
Probably still better than the Snyder cut of Justice League.
I mean, it's considered one of the classics. It's based on the Nibelunga Lied. It has like Odin and Freya and good stuff in there. I would assume most people would enjoy it, even if they're not huge on opera. The only thing is Wagner was kind of a dick. So
yeah. Don't you hate that? You find like something old like that like you enjoy and just like find out the person's just that's like when I interview like some of the old comic book writers, and I'm just so happy when they're like actually like nice people. I'm just like, oh, thank God.
Yes, there's always that chance. I feel like over time I've gotten more used to it because as a historian, like, let's be real, most of the people that left most of the sources that we study were richer, more powerful, more influential, and therefore probably douchier than your average person who was alive in the past. So like, probably everyone I study sucked.
Any accounts of history, it's just got to see it through the lens of who was writing. Oh yeah, you're all medieval history. I'm like, were there any good people back then?
I mean, yeah, but like, then leave the sources.
Yeah, it's the kings and all the royalty. Writing history.
So. I like the kings. They sound interesting and not so bad to me, but like, I didn't have to live through it, so. Like, I assume they were all extremely arrogant because, hello, you're like, yeah, I'm special. God wants me to be king. I'm really sure that would definitely make you arrogant.
I mean, come on. Some of those kings were practicing prima nocta. I mean, come on.
No, that part's made up. They didn't need to practice.
Oh, really? Okay. Oh, they had it down? Okay.
No, I mean, they...
People were, yes, I know.
You can find plenty of people to do that with you. You wouldn't have to take advantage of
them. All right. Oh yeah, then we get Man Bat, so it's like, it's been a while since we've seen.
Right? Also, I think, no, this might not be the one, but I think it's this artist. Sometimes the way he draws Damian's head is super weird. I think a couple of his have become sort of memes of Damian, because the one where he says Mr. Potato Head, like that panel, his head is, yeah, but no, this one, his head is so weird.
I know.
It's like he has no neck.
I know. It's like, who you call Mr. Potato Head, kid?
Right? Yeah, you look exactly like a potato head. So,
but yeah, I'm glad Gordon like called out Damian, and it's basically like, you know what, kids, have some class.
yeah.
All right.
That Dick jumping under that gargoyle, and Damon's like, "You're such a show off."
I know. Even Dick says, "Oh, you can take the kid out of the circus, but you can't take the circus out of the kid."
I bet Damian's just jealous he can't do that.
I love when they're like interrogating the guy in the alley in the beginning, and then Alfred picks them up. He's like, "Oh, sorry, our ride's here."
It's because he has to go to the opera.
Exactly. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yup.
Wait a minute. All right. I was already there. All right. Nope. Sorry, I was confusing myself there for a second. All right. Batman and Robin, number 21, May 2011. Dark Knight versus White Knight, Tree of Blood, Part 2. Same team, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The White Knight assures the mind-controlled Dr. Francine Langstrom, Rebecca, and Aaron that he is saving her and her family from the pit as the three, dressed as angels, jump to their deaths, only to be rescued at the last second by Batman and Robin. Batman questions Francine, but he is too late to act on her information that there is a bomb. The building is lit up with golden white light as the White Knight declares, "Goodbye, darkness." Batman and Robin fight the White Knight, who appears to blow himself up and disappear. Batman and Robin are knocked off the building, but manage to catch themselves as the Langstroms watch. Back in the Bat Bunker, Alfred announces there was nothing in the Langstroms or the other victims' bodies except ketamine. The White Knight uses the drug to make the victims more suggestible, so he can order them to commit suicide. By analyzing the wings, Batman comes to believe the White Knight works high up enough to see birds in an urban environment like Gotham City, while Alfred identifies the first victim as Douglas Zaz, brother of Victor Zaz. The White Knight is targeting the relatives of Arkham Asylum inmates. The White Knight, meanwhile, is sitting alone in a room with a tree that is decorated with models of Arkham inmates listing their relatives. He swears he will not fail again as he holds the model of the Mad Hatter. Commissioner Gordon calls Batman and Robin to see the bodies of Barbara, Paul, Ben, and Susan Tetch, the Mad Hatter's parents and siblings, who are found dressed as angels like the others. Batman tells Gordon they need to find everybody in Gotham who's related to the Arkham inmates before the White Knight does, but they are already too late. So, I wonder if this was the original pacing the writer was like wanted, or like if there was supposed to be another issue or something, because doesn't it seem weird? It's like after, from between the first issue to the second issue, it's like Kirk's like, "Find my family." Then issue 2, it's like they've already found the family. I mean, I guess they could jump ahead a couple steps, but there were at least a page.
Yeah, well, I think you're right in this. Yeah, I think you're right in the sense that I mean, I kind of liked the pacing. It's nice when they don't drag it out, but yeah, modern comics have a tendency to drag stuff out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm not going to complain when they're not dragging out pacing. Yeah.
Right, but yeah, you're right. You would normally expect to be like, and now we spend an entire issue trying to find the Langstrom family, and now we
Yeah, I think that's what struck me. I was like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah. Relish shit, it doesn't happen often, Phil.
I know. But again, I mean, just like last week, we have another mystery, but like this mystery is a whole lot better, and there's not all these plot holes, and I like Dick playing the detective. It's
right, yeah. Everybody comes off better too. It was like it was hard to figure out what was going on because it didn't really make sense what she was doing, and of course, they didn't really have about the absence. They didn't have that much information about her, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. And again, I mean, I like what Tom Taylor's doing in the current stuff, but I'm like, it's been a while since we've had Dick do like a lot, like real detective work, hasn't it? I kind of miss that,
Maybe it will become. Let's hope it will be coming, because I mean, he's gonna have to figure out who Heartless is in real life, and he drank that water, so hopefully he'll do some detecting with that.
I hope we see a little bit of the detective work. I just don't want to see a page where it's like, I figured it out. And it's just like, maybe show us a little bit of the work.
Yeah,
show us your work.
Oh, that's right. Show your work.
That's more convincing coming from you.
You can't get full credit if you don't show your work.
Cite your sources.
That's right.
So yes.
But yeah, no, this one's really good because Dick's doing, like you said, good detective work, and he's teaching Damian and showing him kind of what to do. Damian's saying, "Oh, he cares. He's making these wings. It's like dressing somebody up. Yep, you hit the nail on the head. Nice work." And then, Alfred, you have the makings of a fine detective, Master Damian. Damian, I'm already a good detective. That's so Damian.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that's a lot of kids his age, but yeah, that's definitely Damian. But yeah, again, I like the pace. I like that we're not dragging the pacing, and yeah, we're actually setting up a mystery. It's like, okay, well, it seems like, oh hey, the White Knight has something against Arkham inmates. What is it? So it's like.
Also, I like when he's explaining about how they have peregrine falcons are protected in Gotham. That's why they don't have so many pigeons. And Damian's like, that's so interesting. I can't wait to tweet it.
He's gonna tweet about birds.
But it's always nice to see Damian acting like a young person.
Yes. So yes, once again, I like this better than last week. It's like, okay, we know the question. Why is the White Knight hate the Arkham inmates? It's personal, and again, when we get the answer in the last issue, it makes it. It's organized. It's you jump from A to B to C, unlike last week where it's just like.
Well, and the other thing is the personal tie-in. Well, before we get to the last one, then this was an awesome page.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yes.
The personal tie-in, because they are often trying to, because we're all also reading these comics for the relationships and the character development, not just for some punching and mysteries. Is the lesson, the sort of how this applies to Batman and Robin is much more germane to Dick and Damian than the stuff with Nona was to them. That was like, oh, Bruce should have thought about humans more. Like, yeah, okay, but this isn't supposed to be about Bruce. These are, but actually having the nature nurture debate is, of course, very relevant with Damian, and it's really good. It feels more meaningful and like it matters more.
And again, it seems more like a classic. Gotham City chews people up and spits them out too.
Well, and it's also way more likely. I mean, not the weird like somehow glowing kind of thing, and not quite with the whole wings kind of thing, but just the idea that
Gotham Roads.
You get serial killers like that think that they're cleansing the world and stuff like that. So.
And again,
it just all makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and again, you're going to be if you're a Gotham rogue, you're going to be a little flashy too. So, yeah, the glowing thing that really didn't bother me as much as like the physics of, I have a hole in my forehead, but yeah, I'm fine.
Right? Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was saying. Was like aside from the glowing thing and maybe the like such meticulous, it's like this kind of thing that I'm killing the relatives of bad people. You could totally see being applied in another mystery book, another sort of mystery TV show, anything like that. And I like that because that's one of the things that I thought made The Batman a pretty good movie. It was a well thought out detective story, and it didn't have to be a Batman story. You could have made that movie and it could have been, Susie Smith detective, and it could have been the Questioner or just any like 8chan bro who was the bad guy. It worked very well for Batman Riddler, but you could have tweaked just relatively few things and made it a completely different movie. And that was cool because sometimes some of the old Batman movies, it was like, what is the plot here other than let's have Batman and Robin and some famous people as villains and throw them together?
Exactly. All right. Should we get to the last one?
Yes. I also thought that 22, the last one, had the best covers and variant covers.
Yes, I was gonna say because I don't know if I've seen that variant cover before, but yes, the main cover is good, but also that variant cover. Yes, very good. All right. Batman and Robin number 22, June 2011, Dark Knight vs. White Knight, Tree of Blood, Part 3. Batman and Robin are looking for the relatives of the Arkham Asylum inmates, but they are all gone. The White Knight already has them dressed in angel costumes like his previous victims, and he orders them not to add to the world's pain and take flight to the night. Batman and Robin are too late to stop him from giving the order to jump, but they do manage to jam the signal and rescue many by firing nets that catch them in midair. In the Bat Bunker, Dick, Damian, and Alfred discuss nature versus nurture. None of the Arkham inmates' relatives are bad people, but the White Knight clearly falls on the nature side of the argument since he sentenced them all to death before they or their descendants could go bad like their relatives. The White Knight, however, attacks Arkham next and lights up the entire asylum. He tells the inmates about their relatives' deaths and reveals he is the son of an Arkham guard who once came into work with his father on a day when a riot broke out. His father died during the riot, and Dr. Phosphorus's handprints look like angel wings on his back. The White Knight is going to purify them like they purified his father, and then he's going to save this country and then the whole world. Batman and Robin arrive before he can kill anyone, and Batman kicks him backwards into the arms of Zaz. Robin saves the White Knight from Zaz. Batman disposes of the bomb and breaks the White Knight's arc light, ending his threat. Louis Bayard is imprisoned in Arkham Asylum, his own angel wings now permanently fused to his back. The White Knight adds models representing Batman and Robin to his tree. They let him keep the tree.
You know how Arkham is.
Yes.
Security's very lax.
And of course, as surprising no one, the White Knight says he could not find any family members of the Joker who claims he killed them all himself. I mean, it could have just been like, maybe that's just the Joker, making stories up too, because again, it's, although they kind of changed it in 3 Jokers, but for the most stories, Bruce can't figure out who the Joker was before he took that dunks in the acid. So
I think it's better that way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Some characters, I don't need to know the origin. The Joker, we don't need to know the origin. Like I said, it makes him seem more like a force of nature, more like basically chaos personified if you don't know who he was.
Yeah, he definitely seems scarier.
Yeah. Yes, more like...
The other thing is the Joker, the way they have written the Joker by now, like there should be nothing, like there's no chance for redemption. That ship has sailed. Like I know it's a big thing to like what they did with Jason, that they made him more anti-hero than or now he's even just like a hero that shoots rubber bullets and not even really an anti-hero so much anymore. But they have had the Joker do over the many, many years, he has done way too many really bad things
Yeah.
that it's like it would be worse. It would be horrible if they tried to give him some sort of sympathetic backstory and make us feel bad for him.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
In the way that it's like, yeah, it's okay for Two-Face and her, and like Victor Freeze really added a lot to give him backstory, but yeah, no, with the Joker, it's less is more in this case.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like even in the Killing Joke, like they kind of like show that, you know, maybe he had like a wife and a baby and stuff, but then it's like even at the end, Joker's like, you know what, I remember my past different like every time, so it's like that might not even be my past. Although, I mean, a good backstory can save a character. Because, like I said, they were ready to be done with Mr. Freeze until the animated series gave him the whole backstory with his wife and everything, and that kind of like revitalized that character.
Right, but I know I feel like it would be a slap in the face with all of the terrible things they've had the Joker do to give him a backstory, because that would sort of humanize him, and that's not.
Yeah. Oh, I know. It's just so weird to me. That's like there's so much like Joker merchandise. I'm like, man, the dude. I mean, I know he's fictional, but it's like just like fictional, you know.
Yeah, but he's a really bad dude.
He's a serial killer, you know.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
he beat a child to death with a crowbar. Let's not forget that.
And then blew him up.
Yes, along with his mother. He crippled Barbara.
Like, just for fun.
Yes.
All right, but yeah, so in 22, we of course have the nature versus nurture.
Yep.
And so I thought it was nice that both Dick and Alfred were like, Damian.
Yeah, we're basically
you make yourself, like it's not nature or nurture,
Yeah.
it's you.
It's like you turn your back on your mother and the whole Al Ghul family, and it's basically yeah. I think that then by the end they're like, yeah, you know, you don't have to be your mother or your father. Yeah, you make yourself.
Aww.
We all know Dick's a better father to him anyway.
And so then, yep, it's the Arkham thing. Yeah, that I think has become a meme too, or like I saw it a lot on the internet. That one down there, Damian at the bottom.
Yeah.
The way he's scratching Zaz up very happily. He's like going to town there a little bit much. And then, yeah, this is the only issue where they pop up, right? But this is the only time that Dick's ears eject, right?
I think so. Yeah. I know, because even like, yeah, because they pop out and just like almost like knives. And when Damian sees it, it's like, are those your ears? He's like, oh, that's nice.
Right. He's like, meaner than I thought. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was funny. Damian's just like, oh yeah, it's mean, right? I like it.
Yeah, I'm also kind of wondering, maybe I just didn't scream at that page. It's like, how is it that you get those ears to go flying off? Like, what do you press? What's the eject button for your ears?
You know, there's either a button in the glove or I don't know if they like moves his eyebrow the right way or something.
I know, I was gonna say, because in the picture it almost looks like he's thinking it and it's doing it through his thoughts.
Yeah, so I was looking. Oh, I was gonna say this. Is this the only appearance of him? But no, I know a lot of Convergence. Okay.
Yeah, so he's called Dr. Phosphorus. Or no, Dr. Phosphorus was the guy who touched his dad. What's this guy called? Oh, White Knight, right?
White Knight, yeah.
Yeah. So where was he besides this in Convergence, or was that it?
In Convergence number 3, yeah. Again, I think they just threw in a bunch of one.
I was gonna say, because I was like, yeah, I don't really remember this dude.
Yeah, no. Yeah, there was this and Convergence #3. That's it. So, yeah, Dr. Phosphorus is the radioactive guy, basically. Yeah, he just pretty much burned anyone with a touch. Although we have a few guys, again, just like with the apes, we have a few guys like that. Like, there's a Superman villain, the Atomic Skull, who's basically the same. It's
Well, it's kind of like a number of people have a Freeze villain, right? Like Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah. Mr. Freeze, Flash has Captain Cold, and yeah, I think that's pretty much like a classic, either superhero, supervillain. Yeah, so there's always a cold somebody.
Yeah.
Cold and fire, because between Firefly and Flash has Heat Wave. Yeah, so
of course, always got to get the elements in there.
Yeah, but yeah, 22 definitely has like the best like total covers. The main one and the variant.
For sure.
Either one of those could be a poster.
Yes. And overall, the art in this is very good, except sometimes the faces look weird.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like overall, I really like the art, but every once in a while, I was like, Damian looks like a potato head. Or that picture when they're watching the movies, Bruce is so weird. It's like he has no body.
I know.
So there's just a few that I'm like, how did this get in there?
I'm trying to remember, was it like close-ups, or was it when they like kind of like when they're sitting further away? Because I was gonna say, unless maybe the artist can't do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like a little bit further away.
Okay, maybe it's just
Yeah.
Artists can't do certain perspectives or something.
I think the other thing is he's trying to make everybody different, and it's good, but he makes Bruce look really big in a weird way. Like Bruce looks, the shape he draws Bruce is too much like the chair. And then Bruce is wearing black and the chair is black, so he just blends into the chair. So that was weird.
Mm-hmm. All right, see.
Also, though, it's cracking me up. You can kind of like just see it in the. So they're like having this movie night, and Damian's in this hoodie and stuff, and Alfred's in his sweater vest. But Dick is like wearing dress pants with a belt and stuff. I'm like, why are you so dressed up to watch movies?
Unless he came back from some or.
No, it's just funny because I don't actually. I think it's just in a couple of those when they're in the kitchen that you can like see him wearing a belt, and it's just funny because I don't know, I don't picture Dick actually as being that formal of a guy, being like that dressed up. I suppose though it struck me as funnier this time around because obviously I've read it 12 years ago and before, but more recently, there's in the Wayne Family Adventures, which you should definitely read if you are not. There's this one pretty hilarious one where Dick's in it and he's wearing like this same kind of thing. And some of the comments on there are like, why is Dick dressed like a youth pastor? And that kind of just made me, that outfit, I was like, oh, he's kind of dressed like a youth pastor in that picture too. So that was really why, because it made me think of that.
Nice. All right. Anything else?
No. I just need to.
I'm just looking at notes here. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else. So. All right. So, yeah, kids, next week we're going to wrap up the Batman and Robin series with Batman and Robin 23 through 26. So. Let me see. So,
there, see, he looks like a total youth pastor.
Yes. Nice. see if I can do some quick math here, and then we're gonna do the okay. Oh yeah, that'll work. Yeah, next week we'll do Batman and Robin 23 through 26, and then the week. How do we want to do this? Do we want to do? Do you want to do new Nightwing and some old issues, and then new Titans and some old issues, or do we want to wait and do Nightwing and Titans, new Nightwing and Titans together?
Maybe together because they're both gonna be that Night Terror stuff. So I feel like it.
So maybe just
it's like both of them will be kind of out of continuity.
Okay, yeah. So maybe just
it's like they won't be.
Yeah, maybe just wait for the last week of the month. Okay.
Yeah, because they won't be. They're like taking a break. It's not the usual writers and artists.
Yeah.
So they're doing this. So.
All right, that works. All right, so yeah, next week will be Batman Robin 23 through 26, and then for a few weeks.
That's the end of it, right? You said.
Yeah, that's the end of this volume, and then we'll have to take a break somewhere along the line for the new issues. But for what is it like? There'll be 5 weeks of we're gonna do Batman and Robin Eternal. And when I say Batman, I think that's at the point where Bruce has amnesia. It's pretty much I think Dick's pretty much headlining that thing.
Yeah, well, it's when he's still Grayson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'm glad that it existed because it came out during like what was it? The Robins were 80 or something. I don't know. It came out, I thought, kind of in an anniversary year, maybe.
Maybe, but it's been a while since I read that. Yeah. I don't know if I've read that since it came out.
But yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll kind of have to break that up.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, no, we're gonna break it up. I mean, there's like that'll be like 5 episodes, but but also we'll break up the Batman and Robin Eternal stuff for the new issues. So.
Yeah, because it's like 26 issues, isn't it?
Yeah. I think I broke it up in 5 weeks. So.
All right, sounds fair enough.
All right, so yes, kids. So yeah, send us your thoughts on these issues we covered tonight. The next week's 23 through 26. Heck, even if you send us stuff we covered a long time ago, just send us all the Nightwing thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise, the Patreon. Find it all at Linktree, linktr.ee/Capes and Lunatics. And once again, yes, please go down the show notes. Find the GoFundMe link for Charlie Esther's family. Because once again, we just lost Charlie not too long ago. The man provided you with years of entertainment. So yes, please, if you can, every little bit helps. Yes, please go help Charlie's family. And go on Amazon. Prime Day is coming up. And I know what you need to get for Prime Day. Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. That's right, kids. The book Kristen put together. Learn all the secrets of Dick Grayson. You think you know them all? No, you don't. You could have read every comic book that had featured Dick Grayson, and you don't know all the secrets. You need this book, Dick Grayson, Boy Wonder. You need it. If you're going to call yourself a Dick Grayson superfan, you must pick up that book. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. I have no shame. All right, kids. Yes, come back next week. Batman and Robin 23 through 26. Then we'll start Batman and Robin Eternal, and like I said, end of the month. Cover Night Terrors, Nightwing, and Titans.
And any other relevant terrors, I suppose.
Yeah. So basically, if the Nightwing Night Terrors and the Titans Night Terrors come out the same both months, yeah, it'll probably be the same in August too. Then we'll see if they release the same weeks. And hopefully it'll go back to normal in September. Hopefully they'll be in the same week.
Yeah, that was very convenient for us.
All right, kids. Come back next time. Join us same wing time.
Same wing channel.
The Nightwing News. Where angels fear to fall. Good night.